You're now tuned in, you're now rocking with the best. I'm your host, Sensei H, on another dope episode of Sen's Corner. This is a special episode. We're actually doing this on Sunday. Hey, Ro, we drinking on Sunday. Hey, man, if you're now tuned in, you're rocking with Sen's Corner. This is the show where I interview independent artists, independent singers, and rappers, and also interesting people. Right now, to my left, far left, I got my co-host, Chuck Black. Right there, the man of the hour, the one and only Darrick EURE, man. What's good with you, man?
What up, bro? What's going on?
What's good? What's chilling? What's good with you? Hey, man, we gonna get with you in 1 second. This is Black History Month, so Sen's Corner would like to go ahead and do a salute to our Black History Spotlight. Which I'm a football man. I love football. My team sucks, but I am a football man. You know what I'm saying? My team sucks. So at this time, I would like to give a special salute to the first African-American head coach to win a Super Bowl, and that would be Tony Dungy. Hey, shout out to Tony Dungy, man. Hey, Tony Dungy played for the Steelers, the 49ers, and the Giants. He was a player first before he was a defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was from 84 to 88. Yeah. Hey, Tony went on to play, the head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from 96 to 2001. I believe they got rid of Tony after a Super Bowl. I believe they lost that Super Bowl. No, they won that Super Bowl, but they got rid of him the next year. Whereas he went. No, matter of fact, they lost that Super Bowl. They got rid of him. He went on to become head coach for the Colts, where he won the first Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, it was the Colts versus the Chicago Bears. It was two black head coaches. Lovely Smith was the second black head coach, and Tony Dungy won, man. So shout out to Tony Dungy, man. First African American head coach win a Super Bowl, man. That's our moment in Black History on Sen's Corner, man. Tony Dungy, man. But on to the man of the hour.
What's up?
What's up, girl, man? What's good with you, man? Appreciate you for being on the corner, man. You know what I'm saying? Got my main man Chuck. Now we over here. We actually doing it. Drinking on Sundays. The first ever Sunday show ever. You know what I'm saying?
Drinking Pepsi in the cup. You know, it's all good. But this first, before anything, I want to just give props to y'all, man. That really come out, travel. You know, come to people's location, and then y'all do a great job of, you know what I mean? And sometimes, man, you can see people doing a hustle or getting into something that's interesting, but when you see it on a person and really feel it, I feel like this is you right here. I can see you doing this forever. This is you always been a person that you connect with people and you always dialogue a lot.
People person,
you know what I mean? When you do that, you know what I mean, I think it's important for us to start doing something we enjoy doing. And Chuck Black is a perfect co-host for you.
Yes, he is.
He's a hip hop head and he's a Suffolk legend in his own way, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. So we want to go ahead and this show right here is about a whole lot of, as we call in life, trial and error. Right. We made some decisions, and in the end, sometimes we fall, but we fall from grace, as they say. But we come back and we end up victorious or conglomerate, as you like to say it. So for a lot of people who don't know, a main man right here, Darrick EURE, used to sell some of everything. You know what I'm saying? You want to give us an example or something?
I mean, I was a street pharmacist for a while. I did, whatever that it took at that time. That was, that's what it was.
Yeah. How much you think you made in a day, man, on certain days?
I don't know, in a day, man. Later on in the career, I don't know. I can't tell you the number. I would probably say, there have been times where I done did 2 joints in a day. You know what I mean? So, but I guess the main number that's important is profit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get caught up. I always tell people, don't worry about, even if you got a job, don't worry about this dude make $2,000 a month, you make $1,500 a month. That's irrelevant what you make a month. After your bills paid, how much can you hold? That's the only number that matters. Because I know a dude that make $5,000 a month. After his bills paid, he only got $300. I know a dude that make $3,000 a month, and after his bills paid, he got $1,000. So the real number is really only what's left at the end of the day. So I probably done gross, I'm probably gross $50,000 in a day before, as far as making a transaction and boom, and then making a transaction and boom. But out of that, probably when you're doing bulk like that, your profit margin go down. So, probably, if a dude want to join it, I can make $4 grand real quick or $3 grand real quick, he can get that. Yeah. So I make $6 grand, in a day, you know. But the other way, it's more money in it like that. You know what I mean? So this depends on what you're talking about. But yeah, I did like 2 joints a day.
Word, that's what it is, man.
Sell cupcakes.
Yeah,
Sell cupcakes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sell cupcakes.
Yeah,
If you're not tuned in, you're now rocking with the best. I'm your host, Sensei Ace. You're on another dope ass episode of Say's Corner. Far left, I got my main man, my co-host Chuck Black, man in the middle, the one and only Darrick EURE. And this is what I call the Darrick EURE story. Hashtag that. Coined that phrase, I'm telling you. Remember that. So, bro, back then, you was moving 1,000 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it was controlled 1,000 miles an hour from your vision. I'm just saying, I remember coming out the side of my mom's crib. This was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving 2001. Back then you had what we used to call the monster. There was this motorcycle you had. It had 2 big pipes on each side. It was blue. I don't know what size was it.
It was a Jigsaw 1000, TL 1000. They just came out with it. It had a V-twin engine on it, so it sounded like a helicopter.
I mean, it was loud.
Yeah.
It was loud. I remember coming outside of my mom's crib, and what I did, I looked over to Halifax Street, and I saw you. Well, I heard you first, but I saw you. You slowed down and you bent the corner. And you bit the corner. I said, damn, what Darrick going? And next thing you know, I heard you hit it, and it was, wild. But then I saw the 2 cruisers, the police cruisers in pursuit, but they had no sirens on. If you know anything about Jericho, you know Bank Street is laced with plenty stop signs. Plenty.
Too many.
Too many. When I say this man, he don't sound like he stopped at any one of those stops.
Yeah, I didn't. Probably back then.
But what happened with that, man? What did I catch?
Well, let me say this. This whole story we're talking about in this part, in this segment, this is all for, reflecting back. We're not glorifying anything. I don't advise none of these young kids to even try this, but we're just reflecting back on what got me to this point. So you got to know your root.
We got the ending
before you know your route.
The victory side of this after.
Absolutely. So what happened was, back then I was, young, and I was fortunate to have some street level success. And a lot of guys in that time, if they was moving, somehow it touched me. You know what I'm saying? It may not came straight from me, but it might have came from somebody I gave it to, then they gave it to them. But this guy calls me, I don't want to say his name, but he was in Saratoga. He on Battery, you know what I'm saying? So I go around there, and he called me around there for like a half a joint, right? And they talking about ounce, you know what I mean? So I go around there, and I go to his house, because I come to his house and go in there and everything. And he's just fumbling. He got money, but he's fumbling around. And I grab the money, and I'm like, and I flip through it. It's like little bills, and I'm like, yo, get the money right and call me. I leave right back out the house, jump on the bike, leave off the Battery, go around the junkyard right there. I'm going down, coming up by Daly's, and with the car wash shit up there now, police get behind me. What the hell going on? So I pull over by Clark Body Shop. Pull over, I put the bike in neutral. I'm sitting there, got the helmet on, looking in the mirror, watching him. Another car coming up already. I mean, his car's coming like, hey, this is already in place.
Right.
So I heard him get on the joint like, shut your engine off. Shut my engine off.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the end of that one.
Mind you,
You going home, you going to jail.
Mind you, the day before that, it had rained. So the street was dry, but it had little specks and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, cut the engine off. This is crazy. So I'm mad at the dude. I'm like, this pussy. So I in the first gear, boom. And I know, the rule is, let's get back home. Back in the day when you're a Jericho blood.
That's right.
Back in the day when we grew up in Jericho, and the old Jericho, where all neighborhoods was like, you don't want to get caught around there. In Jericho back in the day, if you from around there, you can go in any house. Please come in there. Oh, baby, come on in here. That's Bob's son. Oh, hey, yo, some people, you know what I mean? That's how it was. So my job was to get back in my neighborhood. Boom, I got down on that thing, man. Come all the way up through the old planters. Came up down his watching straight, this girl at the middle lane, and shot. Boom. Got up there by, turned by Exxon, I think, or whatever, and it came through, that's when you saw me, I came through the exit. Ran all of those, crossed the tracks or whatever, and then I had the joint. So I'm riding, and then the accelerator's on your right, but I'm using my right hand to try to get it up. So as I'm going, I'm getting it right. Yeah. So as I got it right, and I go up 4th Street, I seen, all my dudes out there. I seen one of my homeboys out there. I'm like, yo, and he looking like he heard his joints, and then they got the sirens on. I pulled the joint out and tossed it, like it's on the food line bag or something, right? I tossed him like, yo, and I point it, and I go down to the end of the street, lay it down. get gone.
Yeah.
Right? And I get gone, and I get, going out. Once I get in the woods,
Yeah,
we good, we
that
safe.
was the thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Like,
once
you get to Jericho, you get down one of them streets. It's man, you can get going.
Listen, I went down in them woods in the 4th. I came out at the cable place behind Charlie Cable. Had a ride waiting there when I got there. I mean, I ain't see no street until I got to Charlie Cable. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, we not glorifying. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? We not glorifying.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. But it was something that I wanted to know. I remember coming out the door and looking like, damn.
Yeah,
Oh shit, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just to see you the next day, like it was something amazing, man. So if you're not tuned in,
I'm gonna ask. All right, so boom, right. Because I was in the store. So when the nigga ain't had the money, like you ain't want the little money. What made you know that, bro, I gotta get the fuck up out of here?
Because what happened is, when you started doing business in the street like that back in the day, like my folks my boss back then, we didn't count money. It got to the point, of course, when I was younger, but once when people had this word called like plug, and once, the real definition that once you really get plugged in, nobody loses, nobody counts money, it's a trust, it's a credit. Just like you got a credit score, you got a credit score in the street. So, my man, I done did stuff and he gave him money, he be like, yo, you like a stack short, and I'm like, damn, really? He like, yeah, and he be like, yo, I'll see you in the next one. And same thing with my little crew, I'd be like, yo, that junk was, and then boom. So, when I got there, it's always smooth, and it's an energy thing. I always say it's energy. His energy won't really right anyway. But when I got there, and I wasn't in tune like I am. If I was there, I wouldn't even went there. See what I'm saying? See, because one thing I always say in the street, the same allurement it take to rob a dude is the same allurement it take to set you up. This both of them is in the same trick bag. So if a dude can rob you, it could have been the police. You lucky it's on the stick-up boy. Yeah, right. If it's a stick-up, either way, it's the same trick. You know what I'm saying? So when I got there, I've been down that road too, I'll tell you about that. But when I got there, his energy wasn't right. So I go in his house, his wife know me and everything. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, whoa. And I got there, he had the money on the table, he just was fumbling. He was his render. I'm like, what the fuck? So I just, I'm ready. I ain't moving, and I'm like ready, like, yo, what up? So when he set the money on the table, I just grabbed it because it didn't look right. And I'm like, you talking about a half back then, and it's, it's soft. I'm looking, this junk supposed to be, right number. You know what I mean? This junk supposed to be like, I forget what it was, 12, 5, 13, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like that. I ain't that. I said, now, so once that's not right, it's not to talk about because, back then, if you was late, you lost. If I say, yo, be there at 6 and you come in at 6:05, I'm bingo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I was there at 5:50, parked across the street, trying to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if you're tuning in now, you're now rocking with the best. I'm your host, Sensei Ace. I got to pay a couple bills right quick on this show we call Sense Corner. Hey, we sit up here actually live drinking on Sunday. Being honest, and that's one of our sponsors, man. Hey, drinking on Sundays, man. Our voice, our culture, that's drinking on Sunday. Ro Holland, Doc Ford, and them boys, man. Actually on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Good dudes.
Hey, man, I want to also talk about my other sponsor, Lisa, man. Lisa, located on 107 Chuan Drive. That's in Portsmouth, Virginia. She opens daily at 12 o'clock. You better make sure you get in there for those lunch specials, those daily drink specials, the theme nights. We're going to get into that later on. Make sure you go there. Go to at least, hey, man, the food, man. We ain't gotta ask you when you in there. I done met you in there a few times. Man, I like the sweet chili Asian, man, with the fries.
I ate so many goddamn wings while I was there the other time. Make no sense.
Tell you the wings, man. But we can get into that a little bit. Hey, if you need your scenes, your birthdays, your weddings, your bar mitzvahs, anything, you need any of that photographers. You need anybody to take pictures. You know what I'm saying? Holler at my man Richard Griffin, man. You can't see him because he's behind the camera, man. But holler him on Instagram, RichG_, man. On Instagram, or holler him on Facebook. That's Richard Griffin on Facebook. Also, I'm doing my Black History Month on the Sands Corner thing. Holler at my man Alice Giles. 9A Clothing, man. Make sure you holler at him. His wife has bougie fashions. Hey, they do that printing for the women, man. Holler at him, man, for real, man. But getting back to the top main man of the hour, far left, I got my co-host, Chuck Black, main man in the middle. Third, Eure. Hey, man, what's good, baby?
What's up, family?
We getting into it, man. Getting into the thick of things, man. So, we can move along from that. So, we're going to get into, I want to call it maybe like one of the climaxes. So when it all fell down, That day it all fell down.
It all fell down.
That day it all fell down. How did it go down,
It was
man?
crazy. So it fell down on me. You know, I left, you know, my last day on the street, unbeknownst to me. That's the first chapter of a book that I wrote. I'll tell you about that. But it was on a Thursday morning. So that Wednesday, back in the day, the Broadway, like every night of my life, I went to a club. And from like 99, 2000, every single night. That's what we did. Every night, we went to a club. Monday night, Gary's. Tuesday night, Picasso's. Wednesday night, Broadway. Thursday night, Shadows. Friday night, either Picasso's or Max's. Saturday night, it was Club Rules or something else. Sunday, it was Images and something else. You know, every night, we clubbed. So this Wednesday night, we went to the Broadway. And, you know, back then, I was, you know, Rolling Stone, you know, toys, and I'm driving. And I had a chick that I was supposed to link up with. And a fight broke out in the club. So she's like, come down to IHOP and get me, you know, whatever. So I'm like, cool. So I drive down to IHOP. There's police everywhere out there. You know, I got a strap in there. Back then, I'm riding, you know, like that. So,
Yeah.
So I said, man, I ain't get on the highway. So I'm leaving Broadway. I'm coming back towards Suffolk. You know what I'm saying? At this time, I had a spot, a little dugout spot, and drivers, nobody knew. At least I thought. Nobody. Driver station, brand new division. That's why I'm ducking off at. You know what I'm saying? Got my aunt, you know, she's on, you know, she's in control out there, so I'm ducked good. So I'm driving, I'm on my phone though. It's 3 in the morning, I'm in my phone, so I'm calling a couple jumps, yo, everybody sleep. It's like, nothing going on me. Get to the house, go in the house, it's Wednesday night, go in and take a nap. Every day, you know, at the end of my career in the street, I used to try to move between like 8 a.m. and maybe 1 o'clock. Like 1, I just want to be done for the day. My crew might work, but I'm done. So I get up like 7:30, got a phone call. I look at the phone. I remember like yesterday, a dude from Portsmouth. Like, I hit him up, yo, he's like, yo, I got that, I'm ready, woo, woo, boom. I'm like, bet, I'm on the way. It's cold, it's like January. I go outside, I get my car keys, I got a couple of toys there, but I got an Infinity Q45 there.
Yeah,
the second one. All right, so I go outside, I was like, shit, I thought I got on, I know, figured I had on some blue Coogee jeans, a different kind of blue Coogee sweater than Coogee had, and some Timbs, right? So I go outside, and when I go outside, I feel that, you know, this is the energy that I was telling you about, man. Listen,
feel it in the air.
you can feel it in the air. Yo, the energy wasn't right. You know, that house felt like it was settling. It just wasn't right. You know what I mean? But I won't, you know, I won't in tune like now. You know what I'm saying? So I go outside, open the car door up. This is a real story. I put my hand on the steering wheel because I'm not gonna get in the car to start. I'm just gonna stick my hand there. Put my hand on the steering wheel of the car, stick the key in the ignition, turn the key forward. The car started up. Boom. When I go to stand back up, I feel something in my back. They said, Darrick, don't move. So the first thing in my head was, this is a stick-up boy. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But I got in my mind that I'm about to buck. Because when I put my hand like this, I'm going to turn around and get in this boat, and I'm going to get it to him. Yeah. Listen, dog. He said, Darrick, don't move. I put my hands up. He got the gun in my back, a rifle, right? I spin around and catch him with the elbow. When I catch him with the elbow, it pushed him into the wedge of the car. I'm behind him now.
Right.
Almost like a 3-6. I looked in the back of his shirt and said DEA. I said, oh shit. I takes off running. Right? This is a real story.
Oh shit.
Listen, I takes off running. Now I'm in drivers where if you're coming from National River and you're going down Business Pasture, before you make that left to go to Sleepy Hole Park, the neighborhood back a little bit to your right. I'm in that neighborhood. So I'm in a number of woods. They didn't have that second neighborhood. It was just woods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's my neighborhood and drivers.
Yeah.
Driver school. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I take off. I'm gone. And when I tell you, when I start running, every single car that was parked inside the street would look like a neighbor car, a damn mail truck, a damn pest control, heating and air.
It was all DEA.
It was all fucking police, dog. So I'm running. When I see all this shit that come, I'm like, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the club all night. I threw the towel in. I got flat. Boom.
I probably took him on the ride.
Listen, I tried. I'm running. I ran as far as I could. Like I was listen, them motherfuckers, man, they won't play it, dog. They won't play it. I got flat. So I got flat, and when I realized it was the folks, I'm like, dang. So, you know, they went up in the crib. They got some cash. You know, they got about 60. You know, they took a lot of shit, toys, a lot of cars, and, you know, shit like that. And then they took me down. That was it. That was my last day. No bond, you know, it's a federal situation. No bond, no nothing. Just, you know, we gotta have you.
You care to tell my people what you got charged with?
Yeah, I got charged with distribution of cocaine, conspiracy. I mean, which means you didn't get caught with anything. Just people, a lot of statements, people going to grand jury. You know, then they caught some people around them. You know, people out and bonded out and looking out for it. You don't even know.
Yeah, trying to come home.
And you don't even know this. Now you done bond a dude out. He done did the whole 2 years, and you done gave him compensation when he came home. You done gave him a car, a pair of sneakers, and an outfit. Took him to the mall. He made a statement 3 years ago. You don't even know.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You feeding the dude who's about to take you down. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So I got a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy to distribute more than 15 kilos of powder. And you know, and possession. So when they came there, I got a drug in here. So I tell you about the feds. So the feds, like, you don't have to get caught with a gun to get a gun enhancement. So one of the guys,
you said you had one.
One of the guys said that when I came to see him, I had a gun. They enhance you for that. So y'all youngest, you know what y'all doing? Y'all riding around.
I bought a kilo from him every day of the week.
Yeah,
they gonna charge you with that.
Then, right. I'm telling you how wicked it is with the feds. Then the money they find, they transfer that into drugs.
Oh wow.
Right. So that just bump your weight up, you know what I'm saying? So all the kids out here, you know, thinking you got to get caught. You don't have to get caught, because I didn't get caught with anything. They never caught me with nothing.
It was just somebody saying
my
that.
PSI, my pre-sentence report, had my name in there one time. That's it. Dude said he called me, and that was it. That one time. You know what I'm
Damn. So through all after, you know what I'm saying, you get your charge and everything, you go through the courts. So how much time did you get?
I ended up getting 15 and a half years.
15 and a half.
Yeah.
Where you do that at?
I went a couple of places. I went to Petersburg mostly was where I did that. But, you know, starting off, I went to Atlanta USP. And like back in the day, they sent everybody
big
through.
boy.
You know, imagine, you know, back then when I went to these places, I was the youngest dude on the compound. Like every story, every place I went, man, like my life was designed to let me know that I wasn't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get your shit together. That's what my life was designed for. Every prison I went to, the no lie to you not. Security guard would be like, Jones, you going to this building. Johnson, you going to this building. We got one bad building in this compound where the number thugs and they no AC. And we got one guy going. How you pronounce his last name? When he say that, I know it's me. I'm like, you're okay, yeah, you going to the dungeon. You know, in every yard I've been into like one of the roughest units, and I'm the youngest guy, so you know, if you think you about that life, I done seen it. You know, I've been on the compound for 4 days, and another guy come with me. He don't make it a week, he get killed. You know what I'm saying? So, it's real. Yeah, it's real. You know what I'm saying?
You're now tuning in. You rocking with the best. I'm your host, Sin City. You're rocking with another dope ass episode of Sin's Corner. Far left, I got my co-host Chuck Black. That's my
Keep
main
the kids out the street.
Please do.
My main man, this the man of the hour, the one and only Darrick EURE. We're talking about, I guess you can call it trials and tribulations, trial and error, however you want to call it. So we're getting into the middle. I wouldn't even say the middle. I want to say maybe like the second gear of the Darrick EURE story. We're in the second gear of the Darrick EURE story.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Jewels being dropped. Hey man, if you know, you know. Pick it up. You know what I'm saying? What he put down.
No doubt.
So
oh yeah, make sure y'all chime in. Y'all got questions. Y'all want to talk about.
I'm not looking at behind the scenes. I'm not looking behind the scenes.
I just want somebody out there to send a question.
Yeah, real talk. Hey man, chime in. Hey man, chime in, man.
Anything. I talk about anything.
Comments, anything, man. You know, chime in.
I talk about anything.
So, bro. While you was up in there.
Yep, I'm in there.
While you up in there, right? And you going to multiple spots.
Multiple spots
for not being caught with having
caught.
something on you.
Red-handed,
This was just some things some people were telling on you, saying they done seen you with this, that, and the third, whatever. And now you in here. All right, bet. So you saying, all right, my life is now in here. You're saying that my life is not designed to be in here.
Right, so I got there first. I got them the youngest there. So when I get there, this is OGs from Suffolk there. I was the tie between the youngins, or people, I ain't gonna say young, the people who came behind me and the people already there. So when I got there from Suffolk, the only guys, that was in the feds before me was, when I got there, was Johnny Bond,
Yeah.
Blue,
Blue.
Ron Jones, Mike Hunter, and there was a couple other guys that fell. You know, Tony Booth was down. Me and him were on the same yard, but he was down. There was a couple other guys that fell. Eastwood from back in the day, who used to be in Jericho, but really from New York. And that was really K-Love, and that was about it. I brought the new wave, and when I came, you know, after me, then we got, you know, the new wave of people came in. And so I was able to, you know, the youngest guy, being able to bridge the gap between all of that. And Suffolk was really, you know, a family, though. Like, really, I you know, I give a shout out to that city on that, because in the feds, I don't know about the state, but, you know, I ain't seen no foul play. Everybody was cool and kind of stuck together. And, you know, it was you know, some of them guys helped, you know, shape me into bid mode. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, the time that you spent being incarcerated, how would you say that helped you, informed your life?
So I came in, you know, still with the young arrogance and the, you know, and the wild. So I come in that joint. Soon I come in, I go to the, because I go to USP, they're like, yo, you know, it won't. So when they come in, that dude's ask you where your paperwork at and where you from. So, yo, I'm from VA. And like, cause you know, like what part? I'm like Suffolk. Like, ain't nobody here from Suffolk, but you got some dudes there for Portsmouth and Norfolk and stuff. And me being in the game, I knew people from every city down there. So I came in, you know, whatever. And I came in straight up. I need me a giant, and I set up a store box. That was my joint.
Awesome.
Straight up. You know what I mean? Straight first week. You know what I mean? I think the spending limit was like $290. I sent a couple of people $290, and I, you know, accumulated $700 worth of stuff. Made me a box. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I already understood that in order to sustain this bid and not lean on my family and, you know, and my resources like that, the hustle don't stop. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different world.
See, for all y'all broke niggas that go to jail, you heard it right. Don't put that burden on your family, man.
Man, time to tell you.
So Lance Booth has a question. He says, any advice for people coming home with felons who trying to figure it out?
Yeah, if you're coming home and you got a felon, you trying to figure it out, the first rule to coming home with a felon trying to figure it out, take your time. You've been gone how many other years or months? Take your time, set up shop the right way. And, you know, because what happens with females, children, baby mamas, cousins, and other people, they put a pressure on you unbeknownst to them that pushes you in a direction that you don't want to be in. So coming home, just take your time. Breathe, suck it in, take your time, and start executing your plans. That's what the first thing I would say.
Oh, yeah, before you leave. No,
and if they need a job, Conglomerate Clean, I set up the cleaning part to basically, I have 11 employees, and I bet you 8 of them are convicted felons. Like, that's what I do. And there's a write-off, you know?
That's dope, man. If you're not tuned in, you rock with the best. I'm your host, Sensei Ace, man. I got to pay my bills one more time. Hey, man, when it comes to our voice, our culture, make sure you always talk about drinking on Sundays, man. That's Roll Holland, Doc Ford and the boys, man. Drinking on Sundays, man.
Shout out, Suffolk.
Hey, man, when we talking about Lisa's now. Lisa's, located on 107 Truwan Drive, that's in Portsmouth, Virginia, man. She opens up at 12 daily, every day. Hey, man, we talking about them daily food specials. The 2-piece whiting or the 5-piece chicken wings, or you can get the burger. Each come with fries, each individually, each combo, $5 a piece, man. Them food specials. Also, you make sure you holler with the drinks, the $2 beers, the whale drinks. Also, she has the $5 Henny up in there from certain hours, man.
Last time we were there.
Man, was we lit. Oh, my God.
I like Lisa, man. She's a great
Love Lisa's, man. Love Lisa's. Hey, baby. Love
like
Lisa's,
her
man.
As a person, she got a good business. I like the way she run her business.
She does, man. She do. Also, make sure you show up there on Tuesday for a karaoke night. Hey, Wednesday is reggae night, man. Make sure you pop up in there for Wednesday. Wednesday was our night last Wednesday. I ain't even gonna talk about this man right here. That's a funny man right here.
Don't talk about me.
Yeah.
Can't talk about me.
No, I mean, well, shit, talk about me then.
Yeah, we gotta talk about him.
Yeah.
So we can't talk about me. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
We got the behind the scenes footage.
Ain't no behind the scenes footage. I'm not in it. I'm not in no behind the scenes footage.
1999, hit me up.
Behind the scenes, man.
Straight up, coming soon.
I got you. It's coming soon.
No, that shit dead.
Hey, you like
like Joe Luda, man. Ain't no part in the hall gonna get wasted. Nah. All footage gonna get used. Nah. Maybe later in my career.
Hey, yo. Hey,
Maybe
man,
later
my
in my
co-host
career.
Chuck Blackfon left the band, man. Of the hour is Darrick EURE in the middle. You are on CS Corner, man, on this Sunday, this special Sunday event, man, while we are drinking
Oh
on
my
Sunday.
God, no doubt.
Make sure we drinking on Sundays today. Make sure you holler at my main man. We need your events photographers. When you need your events photographers, holler at Richard Griffin. That's Rich_G_Photo Pro on Instagram. Hey, when you need that corner kid, that's what I like to call it. Holler at my main man Alex Giles. It's 9A Printing, and his wife has Bougie Fashions. That's his wife Linda Giles. Holler at her on Facebook. Both are pronounced and said as they sound. Make sure you holler on Facebook. My main man of the hour to the left, Darrick EURE, man. We right up in here in the middle of this story, man.
Yeah. So, boom. So I, first couple of years, I go in there, I set up the store box, I'm running up and down the basketball court, dunking, and we just, hand the ball on the rake yard every day. And I did that for like 3 years. And then one day, I'm like, man, I gotta figure this out. Because every day, even when I was in the street, sometimes I get that window comes of consciousness where it's like, yo, I gotta do something. I gotta do something legal. I gotta do some legit shit. But so now that jump hit me, boom, about 3 years in. What you gonna do when you get out? If I keep going to shoot ball and all that and I don't grab nothing, and then after that I went cold turkey. I started signing up for programs, and it's really, so I sat down really with and this understanding life. I said, man, I need to figure out who am I. Strip the drugs away, and money's getting thin. I got a CD, and I was able to grab some stuff. I was able to grab some stuff and sell some stuff off, but they swept. You know what I'm saying? So I was okay. I ain't need much, but who am I without the game? Young guy from Jericho. I know that my mom raised me right. I had a lot of talents. I'm not lazy. I don't mind working, but I got to figure this shit out. So, after about 3 or 4 years or whatever, I sit down with myself and say, who am I? What do I stand for? What are my beliefs? What are my politics? What is my religion? Like, who am I? And I sat down and I got all that in place. You know what I'm saying? I got all that in place. Figure out who am I. Everything starts with self, knowledge of self. Figure out who was I. You know what I'm saying? What did I stand for? What did I like and what did I dislike? Once I got that, from 2004 to the day I came home, I was in something constructive, a trade. Everything. I came home as a licensed personal trainer. I'm a licensed plumber. I am, money management, public speaking, CDL.
I'm about to ask that too, because
CDL.
You speak
You know what I'm saying? Like CDL, like every single thing that they had to offer in there. Then I paid to go to school to Allied Health for the personal training. I paid that out of my pocket while I was in it. I went to school to Allied Health for personal training, dietitian specialist, nutrition specialist, stuff like that. That's something I was very into, was bodybuilding when I came home. So once I got that, my life changed. I still played sports and dabbled and stuff, but my structure was, and my motive was, I always tell people this, I turned a correctional institution into a university.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when my life changed, right there. That's how, me sitting down, I said, man, what is my calling? People always, try to figure, I know people 40, 50 years old, and they're like, I'm like, sweetheart, what you want to do? Or, hey, man, what you want to do? It's like, I don't know. And I asked, like, damn, when I say the creator, I always let people know that, the world I live in, the creator lives within me. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge of self, God is within. So when I say, universe or the creator, I'm talking about my inner self. Man, operate on 3 planes of life. Spirit plane, soul plane, physical plane. You see the physical, the soul is the thought, and the spirit is the energy that's unseen to the known eye, right? So I'm talking to that energy, and I'm like, yo, what's my calling? I said, damn, I always love cars. Cars is, us growing up around Jericho, my mom married Boosie, so Alice became my step-grandma, Bernard. We lived right next door to y'all. All this became a family. But on Saturdays growing up, Popcorn, Bernard, all them old heads, they pull their cars out. Somebody gonna wipe their car off every Saturday.
Every Saturday, man.
You know what I'm saying? Cars is just one of my fashions.
You talking about our grandparents, man.
Yeah. My biological grandfather, my dad's side is Wynn, Grady Wynn. All the Wynns we know for race cars. And that's cars, so I always had a infatuation with cars. So I know I love cars, but I love this too. But damn, I feel like I should sell houses too. But damn, I love this. So me sitting there, my mind ping-ponging, that's why I don't be understanding when people can't get it right. I say, you know what? I just realized something. I love to conduct business. It ain't just one particular thing I like. I get bored doing one thing.
Right.
So a conglomerate describes my personality. My personality is a lot of different corporations under one umbrella. That's what a conglomerate is, you know what I'm saying? And that's how my mind works, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different ideas under one umbrella. As long as I'm conducting business fair and, you know, I'm giving a fair shake, the thrill to me and the rush to me is me having something that a person may be interested in, passing it forward to them, and they passing, you know, the reward to me, and we both walk away, and we both walk away happy, like we like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, even these cars I sell now, I try to make sure people leave with equity, man. You know what I'm saying? If you get a 2,500 Accord and it said supposed to be $4,000, if I can get to you for 32 and you got $800 equity, it means if the car get totaled, you won. You know what I'm saying? That's equity. That's like buying a home. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But so we'll go ahead and we're gonna do like a little update right quick. So we done went from the rise, then the fall, then going through it, then now my main man came out. Now,
Did you necessarily call that the rise though?
I mean, you know, and back then, shit, he was on a fucking rise. He was my language, he was on a rise, man.
I mean, it's
conversion. He was on a rise.
Straight to, you know, to street
Yeah, he went on a rise.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask. All right, as far as like, this is what I be trying to explain to people, like legal business and illegal business.
Right.
I ain't gonna say necessarily they go hand in hand, but like as far as like us being black people, you know what I'm saying, from the hood, from the street, you learn a lot about business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What
doing illegal shit.
I mean, not necessarily doing. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, for
you
real,
know, like being around shit. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this: the best hustler in the world, street hustler, could be the best businessman in the world too. You got to get your business tactics correct. And you know the downside to this, and this is what America knows about us. We have ass. We don't like to go down and do the proper paperwork to put things in place, right? And that keeps us under the illegal bracket a lot.
They made the rules.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's but let me put this out here. Since it's Black History Month, let me put this out here, and then we get back to this. You know, like I'm not black. Like none of us is black. I don't really use the word black. You know what I'm saying? I respect Black History Month because I know that we have taken a bad word and made it great. You know, black is the essence. I get that. But from a nationality point of view, black people don't exist, nor do white people exist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not black. One of the things that I've accomplished when I was gone was find out where I stand from a religious point of view. And you know, I'm a Moor. You know what I'm saying? Moor Science Temple of America. And one of the things we deal with is nationality. And this is something that I knew kind of before then, because when you look at the nations of the flags, right? You got all these flags. You got Jamaican. When you go to the Olympics, look at the Olympics. Every nationality has a flag.
That's right.
There is never going to be a black flag in it. You see the American flag, but America is a melting pot with different nationalities in it, right? So when you go back to the origin of people, the rule to having a nationality is jus in quintus, which means the right of blood, and jus soli, which means the right of soil. So every person that ever exists, you have the right to the land. That if you're born there, you have a right to that land because you're born there. That's the right of soil. So if we was born in Japan, we would have the right to that soil in Japan because we were born there. Then the right of blood, you can't take the blood away. Regardless of where you're born, you gotta trace back to your bloodline. So there is no black bloodline and there is no black land. So therefore there is no black people. You know what I'm saying? So this is Black History Month. And I know that, you know,
that's a little too deep. It's a little too deep.
Jules, I promise you, I told you, Jules would be dropped on the show.
There's no black people. So the term black and white comes from a play on words. Black means nigger.
That's it.
And you know, when you go to the store right now, go to Home Depot or Lowe's, buy some black mini bands, it's gonna say Negro.
Yeah,
that's right. Another word. So even though the terminology changed, the meaning doesn't change. So here's an instance. I'm saying egg in English.
It's nigga history.
Huevo in Spanish, but they both, if I say go get me a huevo, you can come back with an egg, and I say go get me an egg, you can come back with an egg. So although the sound changes, the meaning is the same.
Yeah.
The pollo is chicken, you know. You know what I'm saying? Arroz is rice, you know, it's the same.
That's what it is, man. That's
so there is no black people, there's a white, it's a play on words, and you know, black means negative, white means pretty, pretty means God, God means the ruler of the land.
Wow.
But that don't even mean that for real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
and so it's deep. You know,
it sounds like it goes pretty deep, man. Hey man, so back then even to now, even to now, Who are some of the people that you listen to music wise?
Music back then.
Back then though.
Back then.
Back then when
I'm
we
gonna
was
tell
on the
you,
big
listen,
boy. We was on the big boy
What year was
tree.
this?
All right, I'm gonna tell you what.
When we
my
was
first-
on the big boy tree.
I was looking
listen,
at
I'm gonna
that.
tell
What
you-
year was this?
No, I'm gonna tell you how my whole music career started.
1998.
Well, before then, I'm gonna tell you how
99.
my music career started. I grew up in Jericho most of my life, right? In 1989, my mom we moved from Jericho, we moved to Colonia Street for about 4 or 5 years. We moved to Colonia Street, that's how I got cool with everybody, Morgan, Mug, and the whole Morgan clan.
Oh,
Spews.
that's when the whole shit
That's when the
was
whole,
open.
that's when Safeway,
Oh,
that's when all that,
God.
you know what I'm saying?
But
That's when we all got cool, you know what I mean?
I don't know about
The
Safeway.
new planners want
Yeah,
you can walk straight
Yeah,
through.
well, yeah,
yeah. New
Mhm.
Plan, you can walk straight through it. And I was one of the guys that was cool with, like, you know, I can go to Saratoga, I can go to South Suffolk, I can go to Williamstown, Boston,
Yeah.
you know, and I just was not saying I was tough, because I'm, you know, I'm
No, you could just go to any neighborhood.
My motto is this: I don't want no problems, but I ain't running from none. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's always been my motto. So, but I just was, you know, I'm just gonna fuck with her. I'm just a cool dude. You know, the only thing you gotta worry about me is you gotta show it over here. If she got the pick, she probably gonna pick me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a few dollars. That's it. Other than that, I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? So when we moved to Colonia Street, I used to walk uptown to the record store. That was
Hot spot.
Well,
That
no,
was hot
spot.
DJ.
Now,
That was hot
where the
spot.
court parking lot is now, used to
It
be a
used to be
strip
called-
there with Jennings,
It was
Greasy Spoon.
Yeah,
There's a
used-
record store
used to
right
be-
there.
used to be-
Across the
used to be-
street
it was a hot
was
spot.
Mises, a hot spot.
Yeah.
Where Mises at now, and by the library, Mises, the pizza
Yeah.
shop used to be a wig shop and all that over there, right?
Right.
I walked uptown one day. I got a stereo by little boombox for Christmas. This is like 89. This is like 90, 89, 88, 90. Slick Rick was my first tape I ever bought. That was my man.
Did the gold chains entice you?
No, the storytelling, like the flows, like really, because me and my cousin used to record ourselves. He used to like Grand Poobah, I used to like.
Hold on. So, what, you rap?
No, I
Hey,
tried.
Do you rap?
Hold on.
I got it, son.
Wrong player.
Have you
Oh,
ever
there you
rapped?
go. Yeah.
Have you ever
I
rapped?
wrote one rap.
Oh, you had to spit that.
I need that.
One rap.
You had to
We
spit
need
that.
that.
I know you.
And I know you remember it. I know you remember. And you
You
can't.
remember? You spit it in the penitentiary, don't
I know you remember that shit.
Listen, I'm telling y'all. Listen. I suck at rapping. The words mean something, but I don't got that mojo. I'm a
You
CEO.
can't need no words. No, you know what now?
I can tell you.
Shut up, Chuck. I don't heard some
I can
bad.
tell you a few sentences from, but I can't rap it.
Are you
Because
gonna
I'm
rap it?
So you don't remember the whole thing.
So listen, I got a cousin. He's over here now. He grew up in Suffolk. He grew up at 913 Kilby Avenue when they first built apartments in the back of Saratoga. His name is Antonio Johnson. We call him Vale. We went to Thomas Jefferson Elementary School. That was like Continent High. Thomas Jefferson was the hardest. If you couldn't fight, you couldn't go to Thomas Jefferson.
Nigga.
If you couldn't fight, you couldn't go to Thomas
In
Jefferson.
kindergarten, running around with a knife, nigga. No bullshit. I'm not
The
playing.
bathrooms
I am
is
not
in the
playing.
basement.
Bro, they had the high school right behind the fucking.
And if you beat a dude up, he going to high school and get
No
his brother.
bullshit.
Hey, time out.
bullshit.
Hey, I'm sorry. This is my fault. It just hit me. I apologize.
No doubt.
I stop it right now.
Yes.
Hey, look. Today marks 1 year. 1 year anniversary that we lost D4's Copeland, yo.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
shout out
Man,
Turtle,
shout
yo.
out
Hey,
Pete,
Miss
man.
Miss Teresa, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hey,
good
hey,
dude.
Nikki, I'm sorry, but
Good
I
dude.
just remember. Shout out Turtle, man. Hey, also, today makes 20 years that we lost Cora White. Branded, brother. Hey, Cora, man, man. Look, 20th anniversary today, 1 year anniversary today. Hey, Corey, Turtle, D4s. Hey, man, we miss y'all, man. Definitely miss y'all, man. Hey, real talk. It just hit me, man, and I'm sorry, but I got it out there.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
I made some promises. I said I was gonna shout that out, and it just hit me.
No doubt. Yeah.
Getting back to the main man.
So,
Getting back to you.
so this is my cousin. We grew up like brothers and all that. And then his mom moved over here. My mom was still in Suffolk, and they separated us. We was like, man, listen. Had he been in Suffolk when I was getting money, I probably would never get out of prison because he's a muscle. He's a little guy, but he's
y'all would have turned the fuck
yeah.
up.
He you know all the little street shit. Like he was a real muscle. Like he's a really like he's too thorough for America. You know what I'm saying? He's too thorough for the world we live in. Like, some people too real. And they get the bad end of the stick because this is not a real world we live in. I don't care who you are. The world is not real. And if you too real, you're not going to be who you think you are. You know what I mean? That's just reality. I'm not as real as I should be because I live in America. I'm
right.
American now.
And you conducting business.
Right, and I'm conducting business. So I'm
Right.
shaking hands with people that I normally wouldn't even talk
That's
to.
right.
So Slick Rick was what some of your
Slick
one of your
Rick
inspirations.
Slick Rick was my first artist, all the way through to I started listening to Slick Rick. Then, when I left Slick Rick, the '90s, every generation, every decade, I have a better artist, right? So Slick Rick, the '90s, right? My Slick Rick in the '90s was Nas. Nas to me was Slick
Nas,
Rick's brother.
yeah.
He was
Nas
the new,
was beast.
he was the new Slick Rick to
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
He
because he was
came
telling
in
those stories.
with the fade and the
That's right.
color. That's my man. You right?
Right.
And then as an artist in the '90s, Nas was my man. Then as a boss, I like Jay. Jay was the flow. Jay was the boss, but Nas was just like, you know what I'm saying?
Thug
Listen,
poet.
listen with this. I'm gonna tell you what made me every day. Look, when I got in the game, I came in the game. I was 13, right? And every weekend we would get a Fiend card, right? And we would drive to Town Mall to go to Zigzag and buy 5 pair of shoes from there.
If you know, you know about the
And
fan.
then we'll go to Military Circle, right? We'll go to Military Circle and we'll go there and buy 5, 6 pairs of shoes. Gore-Tex, Boots was out and all that shit. And Pele Pele and all that shit, right? And Iceberg, we'll go get, right? Averett, we'll go get all that shit, right? And we get a Fiend card. And every time we go to Military Circle, we'll go past down Virginia Beach Boulevard and we'll ride by A&G. And I put Nas in If I Rule the World, right? This was later on. And when he said, if I rule the world and everything, again, the sky's the limit, I push
But
the
you
Q
could
for
for
fat.
infinity.
I said,
And that's when
I'm going to get me one.
and
Tomorrow.
that's when you got one.
Tomorrow. I'm going to
Yeah.
get one. And that's how that car came about. But Nas was my 90s guy as far as his lyrics and just the whole feel. And then, the 2000s came. And then the 2000s came, and then I started getting inspired by, I shifted all the way down south and started getting inspired by bosses. Like people who wasn't that good lyrically, but they had such a following. Because this is what I know. Unless you have a talent in the area, you're gonna be limited in that area unless you're really talented. Like Chuck Black can rap.
Yeah,
People know
yeah,
that.
no doubt.
He can do that the rest of his life because that's his talent. But if he wanted to sell cars or whatever, it's gonna come with, or he gonna have a run in it, but it's gonna come with some work that he have to do to
They
finesse.
say to master your field, you got to at least put
Oh,
10,000
man,
hours.
right.
shut up. You talking.
Oh shit! This your show, bro.
Cut him off.
Let me get a job.
Cut him off.
He was talking about me. Then,
That's right.
Right, so-
Just jump right in.
So what I'm trying to say is this, bro.
See, he will get to see it in a minute.
Oh.
No, but if like,
Keep
when-
on talking.
He is
Keep on
right,
talking,
though.
you.
He right
So
though.
talk, Darrick.
Yeah.
You know that part? You know that part in the wood where Stacy
Yeah.
was out. Shut up, Stacy.
Yeah. So I messed around and so my whole focus kind of shifted down south because I seen these guys that wasn't that good at rapping, but they was bosses. Like, so I know that people got attracted to their llifestyle, attracted to their behavior and all that.
Yeah.
So I went straight to Cash Money.
That's
Everybody,
it.
I went straight to Cash
That's
Money.
it.
I went straight to Juvie, Baby, and then me. Shout out to Doughboy, Keith. You know what I mean? They out of Chugatuck, but they Suffolk natives. You know what I'm saying? And we formulated and we did. I invested with them and did some shows before. We ended up meeting motherfuckers like Baby and shit like that. And that just turned me.
Was this around about the time when you were rapping?
Nah, see, listen, I wrote about this. I want to tell you what happened. So
Now
my
he
cousin-
asks a good question.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what
Now
happened.
he asks a good
So
question.
my cousin rap. He got a crew over here called Street Generals or whatever. He be doing this little thing. So he's like, man, I said, I wish I could rap. Cause I'm like Big Meech on a little level. I wish if I could rap, I could say some fly. I could tell you some
Like
rhymes.
Lil Meech.
On Lil Meech, right? If I could rap, I could tell you something. Cause Meech, you talk to Jeezy, he said like, yo, man, Big Meech was like, yo, he got stuff. Like if he could rap, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I was
But
going
he
to
ain't
rap.
had to rap.
So,
He got other niggas to do
right.
that
So
shit.
I actually sat down and wrote a rap called "Letter to My Cuz," right? And it's like, yo,
Okay, he ready to get to it.
first and foremost, let me set the record straight. I love you, big cuz, and damn, I can't wait for you to come home, man, so you can participate with all these bad hoes and me while I get this cake. Back in the day, before y'all moved to bad news, we were like brothers, same struggle, same avenues, different household, but shared the same views. Grow up and get rich, with that you can't lose. Even our moms, they used to be like twin sisters. If you seen one, the other you can't miss her. And if you did miss her, it was because you just missed her. Tight like micros, 2 crooks, 1 pistol. Damn, they struggle. That's the pay rent, pay lights. Make sure we ate. Make sure we ate. And on the weekends, they partied and got nice. And listen to Luther, if only for one night. If only for one day, I can turn back the hands of time. I take back the one day they committed you of your crime. Replace it with one day of just chilling and living dreams. predicting the future. We was always a hella team. Always had hella schemes on how to conduct things. And if we fell short, we never dropped names. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept going.
I was about to say you had some more.
Yeah, we just kept going. So, you know, I can't rap. That's not a, don't try to ask me ever again.
We can put you, we can proudly put you in the same category with AI, Kobe, what's his name? What's the dude? No, yeah, Ron Artest. What's the other dude for the Trailblazers?
Oh,
not
no, bro, I know what you're talking about.
Dude, I got him in a meme today. I got him in a meme today. The nigga,
don't do it, man.
the nigga that was sitting up there like this when he tried to come at Shaq.
Listen, but
we can probably put Darrick amongst the category.
Would you put him in there with Shaq?
With Shaq?
Listen,
Shaq can rap.
Shaq can rap.
Listen.
Shut the fuck.
No bullshit.
No bullshit. I felt
in this day and time, that what I just said doesn't mean anything because
but back then,
it don't have no bitty bars to it.
Yeah, but back then,
it was in that Nas type of
that's what I'm about to say.
Right, but it was really a letter that I made.
He was the first one to write a letter to somebody in rap.
Right.
This is before Dear Mama.
So on Say's Corner, we would now like to salute on Black History Month. We would now like to salute Darrick. You were the first man to ever write a rap in a letter. You know what I'm saying? In letter form.
So hold on. When did you write it?
This was 90s.
Yeah, that was in the 90s.
Oh, I don't even remember shit I wrote yesterday.
I was in elementary school.
No bullshit.
No, elementary and middle school. It was my 90s. Elementary.
We used to take the tape, put tissue in it, tape it.
Yeah, so you can record. So you can record. Say, hey, some of y'all young jitterbox don't remember that.
Yeah. But you know, everybody from the hood wanted to play sports or rap. If you didn't want to play sports or rap, you probably grew up in Stratford. No offense to nowhere, but you probably grew up.
Was that around here?
No. Nah, but
I don't even remember when that came out.
That was around the 80s. Stratford, it was around. Yeah, you couldn't afford to go over there.
Bro, I don't even remember. I remember the mountain. We ain't go past the mountain.
Yeah, right.
Hey, yo, if you're not so, then you're rocking with the best. I'm your host, Sensei on another dope episode of Say's Corner. Hey, man, I got to pay my bills one more time, man. Hey, shout out to my sponsors. Hey, that's Roll Holler, drinking on Sundays, our voice, our culture, man. Just drinking on Sundays all day, man. You cannot forget about Lisa's, man. Located on 107 Chuan Drive. She opens every day at 12 o'clock. Don't forget about our daily food specials, the drink specials. Also, you cannot forget about my man when you need your shit, photography. When you need the weddings, when you need the birthday
events,
on
camera one day.
When you need, that's a real word.
Get him on camera.
It's a real word.
We gonna get him on camera.
Yeah, we can't get my main man. He's the one behind the scenes.
Oh,
he's the one behind the scenes. You can't see him because you looking at us. Hey, that's dope, brothers. But don't worry about it because he's one photographizing us. Make sure you holler at my main man, Richard Griffith, on Facebook. Also, RichG_Photo Pro on IG. Make sure you holler at my man, Alice Giles. A9 Clothing. Hey, this is where I get all my corner kid shit from, man. You notice I have a different shirt. I try to keep up with the Joneses when it comes to these shirts. Also holler at his wife, Linda Giles, for that bougie fashions. Because I keep saying, I want to say boutique for some reason. I don't know why.
You might want to start a boutique.
Make sure you holler at Lisa. You go on Lisa on Tuesdays, man. That's that karaoke.
Hey, Linda, you might want to start a boutique.
No, start
he might want to start a boutique.
I ain't starting no boutique.
Why not?
I can't afford it. We will also make sure you holler at Lisa, man. Hey, Wednesday is reggae night.
I'm about to start a boutique.
You go in there. Holler at Lisa's, man. Hey, look, that's one thing about Lisa. I think we all three of us can agree because all of us have been in there many times. You can what's understood ain't got to be said.
The wings is a beast, yo.
The wings is a beast. But you can walk up in Lisa's.
Doing with them wings?
You can walk up in Lisa's with $25, $25.
And walk out.
If you got a date, you can walk up in there with 50. But you probably 9 times out of 10, either if you don't walk out with some change, you gonna walk out with some ass. If it ain't on your arm, you gonna have it on your arm. I'm trying to tell you, man. You can do a lot of things in Lisa's with $20, man.
I think Lisa
do a lot of things.
Crack on shit.
Yeah, you go, man. Make sure you get those loaded nachos. Make sure you get that fish, man. Hey, that fish is something terrible. The loaded nachos, the shrimp, the wings, the burgers. Holler at Lisa's, man. Located on 107 Chuan Drive in Portsmouth, Virginia, man. Make sure you holler at them, man. Hey, for real. So, now we get into around about 4th gear.
Anything, man.
We get around about 4th gear, man. So you done went through your stretch. You done went through your stretch,
about
bro.
to come home.
You about to come home, man.
Did you ever have to stab in the man?
Inside, listen. I got into.
Yeah, bro, I mean, shit, fuck it.
I never had to stand up. I got into 2, scuffles inside. One of them wasn't me. One of them was, one of our homeboys got into something. Now, shout out to Ryan Privet. He just came home.
Hey, shout out to my cousin, man, that just came home. Ryan Privet, man. Love you, cuz.
Ryan's supposed to, Ryan is family.
Yeah.
My cousin. And he had, somebody stole his shoes one time. I'm gonna tell you this story. This shit is quite wicked. So we inside, we at the low. Now I done worked my way down from USP to a medium to a low.
Y'all on the low, but y'all causing trouble.
Man, listen, dog. Somebody stole the man's shoes. So this in the feds, here's their
They
schedule.
talking about listen.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Every Friday in the feds is fish. Every Friday you gonna eat fish. Once a week you gonna also get chicken. Twice a month you gonna get fried chicken. It was a fried chicken day. Everybody, fried chicken day, everybody's going to the chow hall. The chow hall line is wrapped up like, it looked like they selling Jordans in that motherfucker.
Because normal people don't go there.
No motherfuckers eat out the locker, little shit, they go get little shit they want, whatever. But, so he comes to my unit. I'm in the worst unit, I'm in Lee Hall. I got the only unit compound, is 500 motherfuckers in my unit, upstairs and downstairs, in a basement. It's all types of gang banging and shit in there. It's no AC in my unit. In 2000, I'm talking, this is 2009, 2010, no air conditioning. Yeah, I'm in the worst unit. Got one man going to the worst unit in the compound. His name is, last name is, how you pronounce it? Oh, right here, sir. His name EURE. Yeah, that's it. I already know it. It's been like that's my whole bit. Listen, not only they have AC, they got windows broken out that they not gonna replace. It's snow, it rain in that bitch, and everything.
Mosquitoes or whatever.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? This shit is hardcore. So he comes, somebody like, your homeboy outside. I'm like, who? He's like, short dude, be balling. I said, oh yeah. I go out there, yo, what up? He like, man, his face, he got that look. I'm like, yo, what's up? He like, man, somebody went and broke my fucking lock and stole my shoes and my headphones. This is a Friday, I never forget. I said, what? Yo, shoot. And then back then they started selling Air Force Ones on the commissary. If you had a pair of Air Force Ones, dog, them shit, they were hitting us in the head for like $150, $200 for a pair of Air Force Ones. Because they know that's a street vibe, you know what I'm saying? So, and at the time, wasn't nobody really looking out for him like that. So that's hard-earned money from him. These big-ass headphones like Beats called R10s. If you've been locked up in the feds, you know what R10s and them shits hit. You can take the R10s off and set them and make them speakers, set them in between the toilet paper, put holes in the toilet paper roll, and that shit become that shit.
So when you get locked up, you start being the
innovator. Yeah.
That's the JBL.
Yes, JBL. Yeah. So boom. He tell me about that, so there was only ones from Suffolk on the compound at that time, man. The low is me, Ryan, Ron Jones, George Smith. Stu Kid went home, and that was it. It was us four. That's it. Nobody else there from Suffolk. Now, in the feds, it ain't like the state where, so it's Virginia or Tidewater, but at the end of the day, Suffolk, we all we got. We like this. You know what I'm saying? It's us.
That's how we need to be all the time.
Breon, shout out Breon Mill.
Shout out Breon Mill.
Breon was there too.
Breon,
so it's fabulous. Breon was there. So, boom. So he tells us about this Friday. So we pondering around. So I said, look, let that shit smoke to the mall. We're gonna figure out who got that shit. So Saturday they serve brunch, but early in the morning they pop the doors like 5:36 for child. Boom. So soon we pop the doors, he come like, yo, I think I know who got this shit. So he tell me about a dude from New York, Godbody, and I'm more. So we build. And I'm like, what? Nah, I go over there and holler, boom, boom. But long story short, dude from Carolina supposed to have it. So I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah, the dude was in Breon unit. Breon was in like Carolina Hall. He was in Breon unit. I never forget. So it was like, yo, the best thing to do, man, we got to run up in this house right now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got, because Carolina deep up that bitch.
Let's go.
Carolina deep, dog. Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, all that Charlotte, and man, they deep in that motherfucker. So it's only 4 of us. The 4 horsemen. 4, 5 of us. So we got down, go in the unit. The units, we had the lows of the units wide open. We just go to the
You got me wishing I was there.
So we go up in the unit, go up, dude in a 4-man cube. He on the top bunk. Stocky, dark skin, country boy. Look like he been cutting wood and shit all his life. So Ryan like, yo, this got selling shit in there. Ryan like, yo, I need to holler at you. Ryan a thorough dude, man.
That's
He's like,
good.
yo, bro, I need to holler at you real quick. So dude jump off the bed and shit, he move your shit together. What's up? You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing there like, doing the math. I'm like, okay. So George, hold on. So Ryan like, yo, somebody told me they seen you with a pair of Air Force Ones and some headphones. Somebody broke in my locker. You seen my shit? So dude like, he looking at us. He Ryan right here, but he looking at us. He like, yeah, somebody has sold me some shit. I don't know if it's yours. And it was in. I said, oh yeah, it's about. When he said that, all right. So Ryan said, yeah, let me check them joints out. So he went in his locker, 13, 28, 9. Popped the locker open. Pulled out a pair of goddamn headphones. So Ryan looked at the headphones. Oh yeah, these my Jones. He's like, you got the shoes? So he set the headphones down. I said, okay, here we go. Looked at the shoes. I knew Ryan wear like an 8.5 now. I already know. He looked at the shoes. He put the tongue back. Hey, he put the tongue back. His eyes lit up like this. That's just an 8.5. He set the shoes down. When he set the shoes down, he set the shoes on this side. He set the shoes down right here. When he came back forward, he took off. Took off, right? When he took off, that job, dude. Ryan took off on him. Boom, boom. The dude a big dude. So, you know, the rule to anything in fighting is like this. I'm going to let you get a couple seconds in by yourself, then we're going to goddamn smash the shit. So, goddamn it, Ryan, they take off, they lock up. We just,
as soon as you get them, you got it.
As soon as you lock up.
So they lock up, we just, we swamp that shit and we just smack that shit. Now, it's a whole energy on the compound because he got one dude God body in Carolina, and it's only 4 of us. But I'm a Moor, so all the Moors, you know, this shit done turned religiously. You know what I'm saying? So it came down to this. So the dude so he got the shoes from dude. Dude from New York told him that the shoes was there. So Ryan went over there and smashed him. Smashed that dude from New York. So he God body. So now they mad with me because I'm a Moor and I'm supposed to squash and all this. So
we gonna smash you.
He got smashed. So, boom.
Ask me how I know.
So,
I wasn't even
this is a wicked story. Shout out to Ron Jones. So, Ron is like, this is Ron Jones. Y'all know who Ron Jones is. Ron, this is one of my dudes. Ron is like this. Ron is a good friend, man. Ron is one of those guys that, it ain't about whether he can fight or whether he do. Ron, if he with you, he with you. Whatever happened, it has happened. So, Ryan got the dude in a bag. Dude is on the floor. Dude is done. Ron come over there like, yeah, you still my homeboy shit. And snuff him, right? I'm like, wow, okay. So
never seen him hit nobody.
Okay, Ron, good job. Look. Good job, man. Right here, Chip. Hey, up high, right here. Right? So, yeah, listen. So, Ron smashed. So, listen, next day, the word get out, everything happened. I mean, this compound is in a frenzy. So, out of all the people, out of me, Ryan, George, everybody, they got a problem with the weakest link. Ron. They feel like the weakest link. They want a problem with Ron.
See?
Right?
That's
a dude from New York named Elevation, he and Ron unit. Here's a week later, it's another chicken day. They got chicken fried chicken.
Why niggas want to act up on chicken day?
You can't fry no chicken, dog. Listen, non-chicken day, we in the coming chow hall, they coming to get me. Like, yo.
I'm
like, what's up?
Because everybody is.
They're like, yo, Ron, the dude did something to Ron. I'm like, what? So I go over there to Ron. I'm like, yo, what's up? This chicken, that's like, come in the chow hall, walk with me, man. You know, we in the chow because the line is crazy. I ain't getting out of the line. You know what I'm saying? We talking. You know, so we talking and we building. I'm like, what happened? He said, yeah, the dude came up and I'm in the laundry room and the dude came up and he got his junk like, you got down, you snuffed my homeboy while he was already down. Whoa. I need you to holler at me in the basement. Come in the basement. He like took him at gunpoint, knife point, and walked in the basement, right? And then he swung on Ron. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk to Ron, I'm like, he did what? I'm looking at Ron's eyes. His eyes jive like.
You want to say something?
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, yo. So I'm mad now. You know, and I don't get. I'm not into this shit. But I'm like, all right. So I got some pieces I can move around. So we go down to the radio. I'm like, look, Ron, it's 40 of them. It's 4 us, and I got 30 more. Right? You won't get a one-on-one with this dude. This dude is, man, like a fucking California raisin. Dude about 55 years old. He's shriveled up.
Wow, I killed.
Man, listen, dog. There's no way. Look at this dude. Yeah. So I said, Ron, you want a fat? You want a straight? I want to give you a straight. And Ron was like, I'll fight him. You know, so we walking in the red yard, but I'm looking at Ron. And it don't look like he ready to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this shit about to go down. So we walking to the red yard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this shit about to get real now, you know?
What was his energy level?
His energy level was like on a quarter tank. His energy level.
I'm going to do it because y'all back here.
His fuel light was on. You know what I'm saying? But this is my dog. You know what I'm saying? So we got them, go down there, we get there and shit. So I pulled the plug on. When I seen his energy won't right, and dude was like, I pulled the plug. I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? But listen, we got some understanding and that shit. kind of, you know what I mean? But I pulled the plug on it because they were gonna get. Because if he'd have got on Ron, you know, it was gonna be.
That's
Yeah.
I seen this energy.
You foresaw that it wasn't gonna be just a one-on-one. You saw it was gonna be an overtaking.
Well, I seen that
he probably would have been Ron in. When
all this happened, the crack law passed. I got 18 months left.
I'm ready to go home.
But I'm
down with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go home.
Yeah, I'm trying to go home, but I'm still cool with it because I done came this far. You know what I'm saying? So
if you're now tuned in, you're now rocking with the best sound. Your host since today, show on another dope episode of Sin's Corner. Hey man, I'm in the middle of a dope episode. My main man, Darrick EURE, cousin man, we from Jericho strong man. My man all the way far left, my co-host. Chuck Black, man.
I'm from Jericho too, but
he from Jericho too. All Jericho, man.
Downtown Suffolk.
Downtown Suffolk, man.
I'm from the city, man.
They from the city, man. Hey, man, so we're going to shift into, we was in the third gear. I'm going to drop this clutch right quick. We're going to go ahead down on this fourth gear right quick, which, fuck it, I might just go ahead and throw it in fifth, but we're going to slow roll it. So, you out, you coming out, you out.
The people, the crack law passed, I got a new date, people tell me I'm about to come home.
So how did you feel when that law passed?
So the law passed, you know, Obama had originally tried to do, because when I failed, the crack ratio was 100 to 1, which means that if you got caught with 1 key of crack, somebody had to get caught with 100 keys of powder, and they get the same amount of time. It's the same drug. So Obama was like, unless baking soda,
you know why they did that, right? You see that crack cocaine,
because the Europeans, you know, they're happy, their drug of choice is mostly powder. So, you know, they're like, yo, unless baking soda is illegal, that's the only changing chemical in it. You know what I mean? So they didn't rule to bring it back to 1 to 1, which it should have been. They ruled 18 to 1. When they ruled 18 to 1, it knocked off like 2.5 years from me. You know what I'm saying? Which brought me out early. And that brought me out early. What happened was I had a CD. So some of the stuff I was able to grab. One of my cars, they didn't get a motorcycle. I had a Rolex, shit that they didn't get. I transferred it to money, and I put it on the CD.
When you, that's what I'm about to say. When you say CD, tell them what you mean.
I put it into a stock investment.
We ain't talking about no music portfolio.
Yeah. I invested it into
not no CD
will grow money. You know what I'm saying? Basically, an investment like a stock and a certificate CD that will
grow
money.
But you did that
with interest.
Prior
but I did that while I was in because when I was in, I had to move because this is like I didn't get no ball. When they snatched me, I had people owe me money. I had shit scattered everywhere. I had a, you know, so I had an aunt that took me for about.
So let me stop you there. So when you got there. Did you have the knowledge of the CD before or?
Nah. So what happened was, all right. So I got there. I'm trying this. I'm still arrogant, thinking I shot. I'm gonna call it hey yo, go around there and such and grab this joint. I had an aunt that had like a half a joint, right? And I called my cousin, you know, and I called him, and you know I understand, and I'm like, yo, cuz, go around aunt's house and grab this joint. She got a jump. He like. Oh, alright, but he kind of literally when we heard fans,
bro. When you locked up, nigga, that's my cousin.
That didn't sound right.
You trying to get me to come in there with you?
Yeah, this is my cousin. But you know what I'm saying? Right. That dude know I'm thorough, but he also know that you can't put nothing past nobody, not even me. That's the problem.
There's no disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect. That's the problem that people gotta understand when you in the street. You know what I'm saying? You can't put nothing. So, boom. So I tell him like, yo, so you know he ain't go. He took 2 walks, and my aunt burnt that. She claimed she gave it to these 2 old head dudes that y'all know. If I tell y'all the dudes, y'all gonna be like, y'all gonna be like, what? Y'all gonna be like,
we know what they did. If you say the 2 old head dudes and talking about what you talking about, then I know they had a good night that night.
Man, listen,
they had a spectacular night that night.
I tell you this, they had a house on the corner in the South. And they was jamming, they was selling, looking, doing little shit for a while, but they just weren't built for that.
They had a hell of a night.
They had a hell of a night. To say the least, they had a hell of a night.
So she gave that joint to them, you know what I mean? And so I lost on that. Then I had, you know, a couple of dudes, you change, you know, you lose that. But anyway, I was able, out of stuff they said, I was able to grab some things, you know, a few things and tuck it and transfer it into about 20,000, 30,000. You know what I'm saying? And once I did that, I said, you know what? I need 5,000. I'm gonna take this gonna take me through this bid, and I'm gonna goddamn it put this over here.
That's what I was saying. So was you thinking ahead of, let's say, in the sense of the bid, or
I was thinking that coming home. I was thinking
you see that's
the bid. I got somewhere to stay. I got lights. I got water.
So
I need to come home.
You know, like, all right, fuck
I need to come home.
But 15, 20, I'm coming home.
I'm coming home.
I'm not coming home, bro.
Yeah, I'm not coming home.
This is what I'm on. This is what I'm on right now.
Yeah.
All right. For a lot of people that don't know, being honest for real, you might see you see Darrick with the cigar in his hand. You see him sitting up here taking his drink, but for real, Darrick does not smoke and he barely drinks. Right. You know what I'm saying? As he would like to say, he's faking it till he make it.
Absolutely.
But that's
I like the taste of these. You know what I'm saying?
That's the bullshit.
I play with it.
get into the thick of things. So you came home.
I came home. So I came home. I'll tell you what. So I came home. So boom. So and then imagine that when I come in, you know, this whole bid cost me about $200,000. You know what I'm saying?
So imagine what they having.
That's crazy.
A federal lawyer costs you about 20, 25.
I gotta stop.
And you
I gotta stop you right there. Hey,
Right.
bro. The man said, think about it. He calculated his expenses for how much him getting himself in trouble.
Right.
Calculated money
That's at the low end.
Right.
And that's like you said, Chuck, that's at the low end.
Right.
So
I
you
lost,
said
I
that
lost
was
about
what
6
then?
cars, about 2 motorcycles, about 70, 80 in cash. I mean, I had like a grandfather car that cost like $4,000. You know, they took shit like that. I had a storage. They swamped the whole storage. You know what I'm saying?
And you spent how much on the lawyer?
I paid $22 on the lawyer. Then I spent another $5,000 to get, you know, to put a motion in that I was trying to fight. So, because what happened was I got that time because I got a leadership enhancement. Everybody who was telling on me, I was the youngest person. So I'm saying, how am I the leader when they was 25, I was 14.
Right.
So how am I leading these guys?
Right.
If anything, they leading me.
Right.
They won't try to hurry because I had to work. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I you know, shit like that. So so now boom, coming home. So when I came home, I had the CD set up for my original release date.
Mm-hmm.
But because I came home early, I still got 2.5 years before I even
So
catch
you
the
couldn't
CD.
touch that.
I really
before.
couldn't touch it. Now I could have broke the rules and I would have lost.
Yeah.
But you know what I said? I'm broke. So
Stay
I came
down
home.
south, yeah.
I came home and my dad, you know, shout out to my pops. He was working in the shipyard, and he said, "Look, man, when you come home, I got you locked in for a job." I came home. 3 weeks later, he had me a job at the shipyard. It was dog, man. I was getting like $11 an hour for a pipe fitter, which was slavery.
that's
So you
slavery.
do a contract?
I went through a contract. I went to a company called SCI. I was working at NASCO and BAE, Base Systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came home, you know, working that. But, you know, I understand that when you behind, see, this is something that people got to understand. When you disposition yourself and put yourself in a bad situation, you got to take the lick in order to get where you need to get at. Motherfuckers gonna rape you
Right.
for, you know, a year or
Right.
two so you can get where you're supposed to
That's
get.
the problem.
When you get where you're supposed to get, you can have leverage there
That's
because you got
the thing.
years behind you.
Say
of
that
experience.
again, man.
Say it one more time.
When
Say
you
it one more
disposition
time.
yourself, when you don't do things the right way from the beginning,
Right?
and you start off behind the 8 ball, somebody's gonna get advantage of it. I mean, if you got a repo on your record and you need a car and you go to Matt, he goes $1 down, but you gonna pay goddamn it $20,000 for 05 Ford Taurus. You know what I'm saying, man? You gotta let them do that because transportation is the ultimate goal, so you can get to work. Although you
put
paying
yourself
more for
in
the
that
car,
position.
you're able to take care of your family and live. You got somebody's gonna get you in some area once you disposition
I
yourself.
bet.
you messed
I
up.
bet.
You messed up. You put yourself in an awkward
I
situation,
bet.
and that's the root of pay in America.
So you put yourself in that disposition.
Right, so I come
bet.
home with a really supposed to be a $22 to $25 an hour job.
But you getting that for
I'm getting
$11.
$11.
So now bet. Now we done went from
We done had $300,000.
Chuck don't like it. Chuck don't like it when I call this the rise. I want to say we done went from
Nah,
the
we get to
getting.
the climax now.
No, this ain't the
there.
climax. This ain't
No,
the
it's
climax.
not.
This is another
We're
climax.
coming.
So we sitting up here. We done got through the getting it,
Mm-hmm.
the fall,
Mm-hmm.
making it through the fall.
Mm-hmm. Coming
Now
home.
we out here home.
This is what I'm
This
saying.
is
This is the
what
rise.
This the rise.
This the rise.
This the rise.
We
This
don't
where it
call
come
it,
at.
but like
They
this
don't
why-
get it. This
no,
is
this
my
why I
show.
say right.
I call it what I want to call.
That's right.
At the
This
end
is
of the
the
day,
rise.
that's like the beginning of your life, bro. Like
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta go through
yeah,
shit to
yeah,
get through
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You
yeah.
feel what I'm
That's
saying?
right. No doubt.
So
That's
they,
right.
While I'm joking, they really telling some real shit though.
Yeah,
That's
that's
real
right.
shit. Yeah.
On
But it's your
several-
show, though.
So now,
On several of your shows,
and
we've
my
heard
man,
people.
okay, they would remind me of my show.
We've
show.
heard
But
people
they
on
just
your
took
show
over- they just
saying
took
that the
over.
negative always propels the
Yeah.
positive.
Of course, of course,
Right.
of course,
Right.
of course. But
he
now-
got me up here to
we
be
all-
negative, y'all.
Damn right.
He
Damn,
got me up here
I'm
to
not
be
gonna lie.
negative.
Yeah, I got Chuck up here to be negative, but
Yeah.
you can't force a negative on this positive shit
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah,
You
no
can't.
doubt. It's dope.
Especially when the man such as himself talking about Chuck
Yeah,
Blast
yeah,
went
yeah,
through.
yeah.
But we're gonna get through. We're gonna
Right.
get to this point right here. So now
I'm home.
my man came home, right?
Right. Working. $11
Working.
an hour.
Every time I see you, you know what I'm saying, in the hole, and if you
Right.
know, you know.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Every time I see you, you always got some different car to sell.
Different car to sell.
A different car to sell. One of the cars, how I noticed where we was at, is out there on that lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we at his car lot right now. So one of them cars right there is out there on that lot.
Right.
Every time you looked around, you had a different car to sell.
Right.
A different car to sell. So now you on that legitimate hustle.
Right.
That
Legitimate
legal
hustle.
money.
Legal
You
money.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So tell my people, as if you don't know, which you probably viewing right now, you already know. So this,
Right.
this what I'm about to say ain't nothing new. We talk about Conglomerate.
Right.
And it's different avenues of Conglomerate.
Different avenues.
Different avenues. My man that
Right.
came out on the legal trial, we talking about the bus,
Mhm.
the party bus,
Party
the
bus.
Conglomerate party bus.
Right.
We also talking about the Conglomerate auto dealership that we're sitting outside on
Mhm.
location on right now,
Mhm.
out here on Aberdeen Road, 600 Aberdeen Road, man. Get with them. Also, we also talking about the Conglomerate dog line. Wait, hey, whoa there,
I'm trying to avoid it.
whoa there.
And that,
What's
that,
up,
that
baby?
line